Hi guys, it's Damien from the Brittle Box Candy Company. Back again. I have a video. This one's going to be really kind of one of the cooler videos, if you will, about how to, if you've got a private label food product, how to get onto Amazon and do Amazon FBA with your private food labeled products. We started selling about a year ago on Amazon. It is a little different when you begin to sell on Amazon with food products. There are a couple of hoops, if you will, that you have to jump through, but it's not that difficult to do it. You just got to basically send in some information, and I'll get into more detail about how to do that. But it's great if you produce a product, and that it's a handmade product. If it's a product, a food product, a jam, a jelly, preserve, a beef jerky, whatever it may be, and it has a shelf life. This is very important, and I'm going to get more into that in the video too. The shelf life on it, and it allows Amazon to stock it and fill it for you. You might want to definitely watch this entire video because I'm going to explain to you how we do it with some of the products we make, and it's a great way to get a brand, get your brand out there, and to get, if you've created a brand and you want to grow it, this is a wonderful way to get exposure for that brand. So we'll go ahead and get started. So the first thing we did about a year ago, we looked into Amazon. I didn't know that much about Amazon. I knew it was just a giant online retailer. That was about it. But we went to Amazon. I went ahead and submitted some products on there, and then found out that in the grocery or gourmet food grocery category, we had to show that we were an actual food producer with our business license and a few other documentations that they requested. And it's very, very simple. It's just a little time consuming trying to send the information over. But once you get approved for that specific category, you're good to go. And it can open doors for you if you are a edible foods producer of some type of product that can be eaten. It's a little different if you're selling electronics or books. There's a little different scenario with FBA. And I'm not really going to get into that because I don't do electronics and books with FBA. So once you get it established, you will be approved to sell in that category. If you create a product, we make a lot of candies, hard candies, brittles. We do sprinkles, and we do a handful of items that have a great shelf life. When I say a great shelf life, some of them are up to 2 years, about a year and a half on the product. But it's a unique type of product, what we make specifically. And it kind of gives us an advantage when we're selling on Amazon. So the way it works is pretty much traditionally the FBA process is the same, but you have to establish a product that's got, you got to have your ingredient listing. You need to have a barcode for the food product itself. So let's just say that it's a candy brittle that you make, and it's a specific flavor. It's very unique. It's not just peanut brittle or something. You have something that's really unlike anything out there, and you want to send it into Amazon. You want to do FBA, so you're going to have them basically, you're familiar with the process. They'll stock the product, ship the product. Traditionally, it's eligible for the free shipping for the Amazon Prime customers, if I'm not mistaken. But it has to have a shelf life. It can be warehoused. It can be shipped. But a great way to do that is to follow the process that they have you do by having a barcode, which you can actually purchase barcodes online. If you Google how to purchase barcodes, there are tons of companies. Do be aware, though, that there are resellers of secondhand barcodes. Now, I know that sounds kind of funny, but there are some barcodes that are used, and then they are, how do I want to put this? They're kind of deactivated from the GSI system. And what happens is that there are companies that will buy those sets of numbers with those barcodes and resell them. You do want to double check with Amazon to find out the standards that they require for the type of barcode. I could get into it here, but it's just going to be kind of like a speech for about 2 hours, and I don't necessarily want to do that. But once you've established your product, you get your barcode and get your nutritional information, and you got your ingredient listing. Pretty much has to be a retail ready, as they call it, packaging, which will have all of that information. If you went to a grocery store right now, your traditional packaging as you see it has the barcode, nutritional information, the address of where it's produced, so they can have a paper trail of where it comes from. So all of that information that's on those commercially mass-produced products, you need to have on your packaging. But once you have that set, you can go into Amazon, enter that barcode, It may create your listing, put it as an FBA fulfilled item. Amazon will tell you where to ship your FBA food product. And just to give you real quick, just a side note, Amazon lately, from what I read online, it's been about a year and a half to 2 years. They've been investing a tremendous amount of resources and money into the food end of Amazon. As far as sales of books, DVDs, that type of stuff, it's kind of the bread and butter for Amazon, but they've skyrocketed the amount of food products that are being sold and transacted on Amazon. It's been tremendous. It's been in the hundreds of millions, and I think it's in the billions now, annually for the food that's being sold. When I say food, literally everything from canned goods to gourmet foods, organic foods, cooking oils, toilet paper, paper products, anything you find in a grocery store, Amazon is selling it like hotcakes. It's amazing the amount of business they're doing. So it's a great thing to get in, especially if you create a product and it's unique. And yes, there are still unique products and unique flavors of items that are being mass produced and created by big companies. But the micro brewers, the micro batch people, the people that are mom and pops, similar to like what we do, the unique stuff really sells. If it's hard to find and you can find it on Amazon, it's going to sell. So back on track to what I was saying, once you complete your FBA shipment and you've got it set and you send it out and you've got it in FBA, they receive it in their system and in their inventory, and then you're all set to go. I would really tell you to promote it, and the best way to sell it and get the word out about that specific item is to work with some of the Amazon reviewers, with some of these blogging groups and reviewer groups, is to get your product in their hands and let them talk about it, which increases sales, increases your ability to be recognized for your brand, and it gives feedback. So as the feedback comes in, customers who are interested in that product will definitely take note of what people have said about it as far as the reviewers go, and it gives you great leverage to sell even more. So basically, to recap what I said, if you create a food product, the more unique it is, the better off you are. Make sure your packaging is correct, that you've got all of the needed and necessary information on your packaging. Excuse me. And then go to the FBA section within Amazon selling, if you are already a seller there, and send out your product and then promote it. And then basically go to social media and get the attention of anyone and everyone that you can within the blogging community, within the food bloggers, if they are food reviewers, if they're product reviewers. Get all of those people's attention, run a sale on it, get some people to give some feedback and reviews, and see where it takes you. So I do hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, ask me any questions that you want down below. Subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to our channel, and if you have any questions, like I said, just simply ask. It's a great way, like I said, if you're a small mom and pop business, it's a great way to get your stuff out there, and Amazon's a good way to do it. Thanks, guys.